It's just fantastic.
Captain's Log, Subdate 210512.4. I have developed a minor addiction to watching YouTubers fall apart, kind of like Chris Chan, but more condensed. As it turns out, YouTube is an apparent absolute smorgasbord for this kind of trash, and I am now desperately seeking therapy. As I'm sure many of you are aware, there is a Twitch streamer called Zombae Kills. If you don't, I'm going to now give you a very brief history. Zombae Kills cried racism and used a dead person to obtain brand new games consoles, even though as a Twitch streamer, she was getting no attention, no traffic. She got plenty of that after Keemstar and many other commentators noticed and decided, you need to be put on blast for employing bad tactics to secure free loot. More recently, she got a fair amount of flack for her criticisms when it came to other content creators on YouTube. I covered this when it came to The Quartering. One thing many people latched onto is the fact that she is willing to employ bad tactics to take down targets. These bad tactics would include going to sponsors. It would include finding out who they are and blasting them into what she calls irrelevancy. Although I would argue the moment you give them attention, you're giving them additional kind of relevancy if you had a bigger platform. If it's not obvious enough, Zombae Kills is not a very good person. She's not a good person because she still does not have the capacity to introspect. And because of that, along with being enabled by stans who we'll talk about in a moment, she has built up a repertoire of arrogance and entitlements. These very bad and negative traits that she employs mean that she just can't help but deal with what she calls the haters, so she instead just blocks them and then throws shade at them behind a block. For the sake of it, I'm blocked as well. But it's alright. I really couldn't care less about being blocked, least of all by somebody who lacks so much as a single shred of integrity. Hence the title of this video. People like Zombae Kills are though enabled. They are enabled by the stans, who even when more and more evidence comes out, proving a track record and trend of behavioral patterns, will continue to attack those that have made the claims that are negative against those that they are standing for, and bullying that same person off any platform they're using because why on earth would they want criticism for Zombae Kills, who is to them god tier, senpai, untouchable. And just because I want to throw this in here now, when Zombae Kills doesn't get her own way, she likes to hide behind race as a shield, calling anyone that is critical of her inherently either misogynistic and or racist. Yo. So perhaps now we should talk about a more recent incident that has gotten her a bit more criticism and or flack. Now it happened 7 days ago. I do apologise for not covering it sooner. I had other things planned and wanted to get to this eventually, when things had calmed down. It comes directly from a now Twitch partner called Karim Cheese. Congratulations on making Twitch partner, by the way. I never thought this would happen to me. Within it is a twit longer, and I thought, I'll read this to you for the sake of context. I'm going to get straight to the point. On Saturday, Ava had received a message from someone whose name I won't share out of respect and privacy, who was part of Radically Kind Gamers. Zed, knowing that Ava has already been a victim of DV, decided to tell people that I was actively abusing her within the last 3 months, in order to blackball me from collaborating with other creators. I have no idea if this was an isolated case, or this was repeated to more than one person, never mind individuals or companies that may have wanted to work with me. I have helped Zed in every aspect of streaming, and this is the thanks we get? Ava has been building her up for almost a year for her to find out that all of this has been happening behind closed doors, without her knowledge until people, particularly her mentees, started to approach her privately, ex-mods of Zed approaching her privately, all while she took a break from the space for the last 2 months. Now I have creators who are mutuals coming forward privately. This has been happening to all of us. Why? Zed has gone too far with these accusations. I was told from mutual content creator friends that she thought that my content was trash and I would never make it in this industry because I wasn't loud enough, yet would come to me or Ava asking for advice because we were doing so well. Though every time she needed help with audio and quality for her stream, I came running, even if midstream and live, to make time for her. She was blacklisting me from opportunities. This way, around the same time I started to get opportunities without her, is what I'm told. Which makes perfect sense because around that time she stopped interacting. Yet, although we constantly screamed from the rooftops to please interact with our sponsored and brand posts, due to the already almost near impossible visibility we as BIPOC creators deal with, the interaction was not reciprocated. It was brought to my attention that when myself and other amazing BIPOC creators made it in a top streamers to watch article, she complained about the article on stream, per mods and others in chat when Ava nor I were around, about the articles we were in over her because mine amongst the other creators listed content was trash in her eyes. She then proceeded to go on a tangent live that she didn't understand why she wasn't being written about and other black creators were. Instead of uplifting and congratulating us when we finally got a sliver of a spotlight, it was met with spite. I thought we were uplifting one another. Be careful who you befriend, remain true to yourself, and most importantly, be a good person. She also privately tried to gaslight me via Discord when someone notified her of my tweet today. Neither I nor Ava spoke with her about me posting this. Ava feels betrayed and has been silent on these issues for about 2 months since she took a break from the space. I guess this does raise the questions of internet friends, doesn't it? I have done a video in the past talking about whether friends on the internet can in fact be IRL friends, firmly believing that you can, but it's a very different type of dynamic, because it occupies an internet space, a virtual space. If you bring it into the real world, there's some more to it. But it's easier to be a dick to somebody on the internet, I found. I'm sure many of you who now read this, or heard me read it, think, but Meghan, where are the receipts to confirm and corroborate this? Well, thankfully, within this twit's longer, Karim has provided receipts. Those receipts have been on the screen the entire time, and oh boy, do they prove a rather interesting point about Zombae Kills. You see, there are other controversies in a similar manner that have happened over the last few months, concerning Zombae Kills being a dick to others because she is so entitled. She believes herself the avatar of the BIPOC community. For the UK it's BAME, B-A-M-E, Black and Minority Ethnic Community. When in reality, she is only an avatar for the most negative aspects of any community. Not one race, but everyone. She epitomizes the absolute negative of someone who doesn't put in the hard work, lacks the charisma, believes they should be given everything. That is not the sign of someone you want to be championing nor elevating. And as proven before, when it came to things like social justice, I've often criticized it for not elevating everyone and instead seeking to tear others down to your level, which oddly enough is the very tactic employed by the likes of Zombae Kills, who may well have harmed Karim's abilities and chances and opportunities in the background, all because salty. There is a mountain of proof that Zombae Kills as a streamer, a liar, a fraud, a manipulator, and is weak-willed because she does hide behind race, is nothing more than a glorified lol cow, which you are, because when we think of entitled, we think of you. When people think of race beta, they think of you, blurring the lines between what is racist and what is not, when it suits you. It is hard enough for many people to be considered legitimate as a streamer, a content creator, a podcaster, anything that is done online, without some black pill boomer just dumping on it because of people like you being the only people they have heard of. How about instead of trying to discredit others and tearing them down because you jealous, you instead champion what they've accomplished as a sign of progress made, because that is what it is. I do hope you hear me tell you that, by the way. As you have been proven over the years to be the type to go after sponsors, you are the worst type of creator streamer around. But now it is proven you will do it to even those who have helped you. In the case of Karim, you did it behind his back and then you tried to make him look like he was an abuser, which is remarkable. Really remarkable how far someone would go just because entitled. Anyway, As we're done, I'd like to know what you think. I'm going to link Karim's channel down below as a pinned comment. Please do let me know what you think in the comments. Drive up that engagement. If I don't see you on Twitch tonight for Murder Fun Time, Assassin's Creed 1, because yes, we're going back a step, I hope you'll have a fantastic day and thank you all very much for listening.